into the ring from Ipswich, Frankie Davey.
He's well supported, Frankie Davey. 6 wins and a draw in his 7 fights so far. 23 years old now. Barry Smith behind him, so he's training out of that Ben Davison Performance Centre. So in very, very good company there. Big win last May when he got in with Tommy Jacobs and stopped him in the second round. Last fight was a 3 rounds to 1 win in Cheshire against Fernando Valencia. Made an appearance on Love Island, I'm told, which would have increased his profile certainly, but as I say, given the stable that he's boxing out of, there must be some ability there, certainly plenty of dedication there, or he quite simply would not be there.
Presented by Warren Boxing Management in association with Trinity Entertainment Boxing, and our sponsors York Barbell and Soppers House, is a 6 3-minute rounds contest in the super middleweight division. Firstly, fighting out of the red corner with 5 wins, 28 losses and 2 draws to his name, weighing in 12 stone 1 pound, and tonight he wears the black and gold shorts. Please welcome from Middlesbrough, C.J. Wood. And moving over into the blue corner with an unbeaten 6 wins, 1 by KO and a draw, weighing in 11 stone 13, and tonight he wears the white shirts with purple trim. Please welcome from Ipswich, Suffolk, Frankie the Ace Davey. Your referee in charge is Mr. Kieran McCann, who will now give his final instructions.
Okay, lads, listen up. You both know the rules. You will obey my commands at all times. When I tell you to break, break clean. Take a step back, throw no punches. Mind your heads in close. And most importantly, lads, protect yourself at all times. Shake hands.
Ladies and gentlemen, 6 3-minute rounds.
6 rounds in the super middleweight division. Final checks from our referee, Kieran McCann. Raven, I'm looking forward to seeing what we get from Frankie Davey. I've not seen him before. He sells tickets. You could hear that from the reception he got. He's got that profile from appearing on what is a massive show in Love Island. But, as I said, as he was making his way into the ring, he wouldn't be training where he's training unless there was some real raw ability to work with there. And just as importantly, probably more importantly, the dedication to go with it.
That's it. You can see straight away, you know, on that jab, that ability there looks technically very sharp. So yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes. Like Hugh, I've not seen him before either.
Bit of a size difference between these two. Wood, like a lot of away corner fighters, will look to cover as many weight divisions as he can. And Davey got big, wide shoulders on him, long arms. Just touching with the jab, measuring the distance. Stepped in behind the second one a little bit there. Got it through the guard. The uppercut was short.
Nice little step in with that body jab there as well. You can really see, that technical ability, like really, really lovely jab. Making sure he's got space to throw his long shots as well.
Well, he just spanned there, CJ Wood. I'm not quite sure what happened. He's gesturing to the referee that he was caught with an elbow. He stepped in himself and looked to get some work done. I didn't see that myself in real time. I don't think there's any particular reason why he'd be play acting here. It's not something that boxers generally do, but whatever it was that caught him, I don't think it was in any way intentional. Lovely jab, and then a right hand there from Davey.
Davey straight on him there.
whatever it was that happened seems to have lit a little bit of a fire under Wood, who's been quite aggressive here, which I think Davey will absolutely relish because it will give him some openings.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing. You see straight away, Wood's definitely been a lot more aggressive since that. Nice touch up the top and then whipping that body shot around. Staying nice and composed, Davey, though. Didn't let that aggression from Wood, you know, change anything that he was doing, really.
There's a good uppercut there from Davey. A little bit of swelling around the left eye there of Wood. Turns southpaw, goes back to orthodox. And that's an interesting opening round for a 6-rounder at super middleweight when you've got a home corner fighter, very much an away corner fighter, because he mixed it up in there in that first round, Wood. And I think he's going to have to be a little bit more conservative than that if he's going to get through this, because he took some decent looking shots in that opening round. I'm not quite sure what happened there.
It looked like just the forearm slid up his face, maybe went into the elbow. It didn't, but to me it didn't look like really much more than that, to be honest.
Bit of marking up below both eyes there for Wood. Davey showed us some good variety in that opening round. Again, just straight onto the jab at the start of the second round. And Wood, if he's going to stand there, has got to get that guard up and try and move that head, because he's just on the borderline of range there. And Davey's one of these guys with that long wingspan where you might feel like you're slightly out of range and then discover that you're not.
Yeah, he keeps that distance really nice as well, does Davey. Like I say, that sort of little touch up the top with the jab, make sure he's in range and then lets his hands go.
And he's got to be careful there, Wood, just kind of walking in, because when he gets caught in that middle distance, that's where Davey can really sink his toes in and let his hands go.
Yeah, it's finding that uppercut and a few of those body shots behind the elbow quite nicely is Davey. Wood, nice little body shot there himself.
That was good head movement, got on to the inside, rattled a couple off to the body and then kind of just stepped off and looked to the referee. I'm not quite sure, again, what was going on there, because when he gets to that kind of range there, that's where he needs to be, isn't it?
Definitely, Wood's working quite well with Davey on the ropes. But Davey's got that good movement. He's not letting it phase him at all by the looks of it. Keeping composed.
Just working those hands, Davey. That's a lovely left hand off the back of the right. It was almost a kind of up jab rather than an uppercut. And he's got that little bit of variety. Manages to slide a few in around the back of the guard, up top, and then goes down to the body with the left hand.
Has a nice little feint, Davey. Every time he sort of gets in, just that little offset and then throws his jab. It's catching Wood off key every time.
Some blood coming from the nose there, I think, of Wood, who just leans in, gets the shoulder in there, and then just as the referee shouts break, shrugs off and punches. That was a lovely uppercut. Just sank back, pulled his weight onto the back foot and just threw it slightly off the angle. I mean, Wood took it well. He's taken everything that he's been hit with well, but he's getting hit a lot.
Yeah, he is. I feel like Davey's really got a good composure going on. He's picking his shots really nicely, teeing Wood up and then finding those openings.
Final few seconds of round two, and
Lovely.
There's that uppercut again.
Rear uppercut.
Off the back of the 1-2, found good distance with it. It's a good watch, this. It's really entertaining to watch, and I tip my hat to CJ Wood for the way he's going about it, because he's really making this into a good fight. But in terms of getting through the 6, which is what he's come here for, he's choosing to do this the hard way.
Yeah, definitely. He's struggling with Wood's Davey's sharpness. He's very sharp, like I say, that offset on the jab, so he's getting caught with the jab, and now he's found his range with that rear uppercut, which is starting to really land on Wood. So I'll be intrigued to see how many more of those Wood will be able to take. So like you say, he's definitely choosing to do it the hard way. Wood needs to kind of get on Davey's chest, that's where he's having his most success, but he's leaving himself in there too long, and then Davey's kind of throwing back. So it'll be interesting to see how we go moving on through the rounds.
So into the third, Davey in the white and purple, Wood in the black and gold. And again, with that tight guard, Wood just looking to try and close that space down, get into that middle range and then let his hands go. But Davey just keeping him on the end of his own jab at the moment. There's a head movement from Wood, but if anything, he did that from a little bit too far out. And then when he was within punching range, was slightly static again. He's making Davey work hard here, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's putting his shots together nicely, though. Nice little flurry there, a few uppercuts followed by a left hook. Davey does a really nice hook off the jab and then rear uppercut, which has been definitely catching Wood out. But nice long jab, that long reach, like you say. You think you're out of range and then it's just there. You're just right at the end of it.
Dipped his knees and threw the right hand into the body there, Davey, which was a good shot.
Yeah, Davey's starting to work that head and body shots really nicely this round. See him teeing up, jab to the head, backhand to the body. But like you say there, Wood's really working off when he gets on those ropes. He's standing a bit square as Davey and just letting him work. Nice flurry there from Davey.
That was good, sharp stuff. 5-6 punches. Almost all of them got through. Started with that big, wide, heavy right hand, which was half blocked, but you could hear the impact of it.
Lovely, lovely little flurry. Finish with a left hook to the body. You can see that confidence in Davey just massively uplifting as the rounds go on.
That's a good right hand into the body, and then a left as well. And I wonder how much more of these Wood can take before they really put a dent in him. If he can keep walking in like this and just keep soaking these up, then in the second half of the fight, he might be able to ask some questions of Davey's gas tank, because he's thrown plenty here, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's been a really good pace from the offset. Like I say, lovely double jab backhand, landing clean. Wood feeling the pace there.
Yeah, I think you're right. As he goes back to the corner, I think maybe one or two of those body shots just got him a little bit at the end of that round.
Yeah, that real clean backhand to the body right in the solar plexus looked like it really knocked the wind out of Wood. There it is. See it fold him in.
As you say, he's kept the tempo nice and high right from the beginning. He's had to, because he's got somebody who is trying to just walk him down, basically, and he's had to keep working the way he has and show that variety to keep Wood off him. If he can just turn it up bit by bit, maybe in the 4th, 5th and 6th, then I think he could get the stoppage here.
Yeah, that's it. Those flurries he's been throwing, if he can then set his feet and then find that power shot behind that.
Always worth pointing out when we're here at York Hall that this is An unusually hot venue. It's a nice day in and around London today, probably low 20s, so nothing supersonic temperature-wise, but it's always hot in here anyway, basically because they can't control the heating.
It's definitely hotting up as well as the night's going on, isn't it?
And then when you've got that lighting rig up there as well, it does ask questions of you that other venues don't really. A 6-rounder here at a good tempo, it's just not the same as a 6-rounder anywhere else, is it? So if he can keep this going, push it, push it, push it, keep that shape and technique here, Davey, and get the stoppage, then it'll mean something because it'll really have had to work for it.
Oh, 100%. The heat in York Hall isn't like anywhere else, that's for sure. I can say that from experience.
But this is good from Wood as he leans in, but Davey just nudges him off with the shoulder, finds a little bit of room and gets off himself. It's not like Wood hasn't had some pockets of success, of decent punching. He's not really caught Davey with anything particularly clean, but the intent has definitely been there. The problem he's got is that he can just throw that jab, Davey, just touch him with it a couple of times, sink a right hand in, and then go down to the body as he's coming in.
Where Davey doesn't want to be is on the ropes. That's where Wood's having the most of his success.
That's a nice right hand, isn't it? Throws a left hook and then just throws that right hand underneath. Little uppercut on the inside again. Yeah,
finding his shots nicely. Like I say, that rear uppercut starting to land. He's starting to time it now as Wood's coming into him. Almost going to the ropes to throw that shot now.
Minute remaining in round 4 and Wood still just showing plenty of bravery, but Davey again
flurry
with a great combination. And just how much longer can CJ Wood keep taking these 4?
Nice dip, roll, followed by with that right hand, landing on Wood's chin there. Wood coming back though. Some heavy shots there.
You have to give him a lot of credit because he's taken plenty, but his fighting spirit has at no point looked like even being close to being extinguished. Left to the body again there from Davey. 2 more to go after this.
That 1-2 left hook followed by that rear uppercut of Davey that's really doing Wood. He's catching with it very frequently now. And that was that backhand to the body shot, sinking in that solar plexus. We've seen that a few times now, which is definitely taking that wind out of Wood and slowing his legs down a lot. You see he's slowed down a lot more now, just kind of walking forwards.
If you're in that Davey corner now, if you're Barry Smith, what would you be saying to him? Would you just be saying, listen, just keep doing what you're doing, and if it comes, it comes? Or would you be sending him out there in the 5th and 6th to just try and raise it bit by bit by bit and really go after it?
I'd probably say now, you know, those flurries are watching. It's in British boxing, you can get the stoppages from pressure. So once he's got him there, try and go for that stoppage. Get the ref step in. You know, try and throw those fast, quick flurries and then really set the feet and throw the heavy ones in. It's probably what I'd be saying to him because I think that stoppage could be there.
And I think if it comes, it'll be exactly as you've described. It'll be just a barrage of punches, not enough coming back, and Kieran McCann will be forced or feel like he's forced to step in and stop things. I don't see him necessarily dropping him unless it's with a body shot. That's possible. Another good uppercut there again from Davey.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. You see Woods just sort of lunging in, kind of desperately trying to get to Davey now. But this is where that heat of York Hall, like you were saying before, can It's easy for us to say, isn't it? But when you're in there, you've got that heat. That's a lot of output of work to get that stoppage.
It is. You've really got to commit to it, because it's one phase of attack followed by another one, maybe followed by another one, and you might want to time it for as late in the round as you can. He was just short with that long right hand there, Davey. He's just continuing to box exactly how he has from the beginning, which is with a lot of poise and efficiency.
I think I see what he's doing there. He's been throwing that right hand to the body. He's been catching him. He's almost feinting it and trying to throw it to the head there. But like you say, it was just out of range.
Again, there's that uppercut. Then he just... The expression on his face there, Davey, tells its own story. Either he felt that in his own right hand, and that was a little bit of pain from a twinge in his right hand, or he caught him absolutely sweet, and he can't quite believe that he hasn't gone down.
Lovely.
Well, that was a terrific combination again, wasn't it?
Wood is just still there, you know. Great sort of sweeping jab followed by the right in the body. Great combination, very well put together. He's finding the shots, but Wood's just withstanding it.
He is very, very tough. Into the final 30 seconds of round 5. Long right hand, but he was just pulling his feet back there, Wood. He wasn't that time as the chopping right collided with his jaw. He can really take a shot. At no point has he really looked hurt or like he's about to unravel.
No. Looks like there's a little bit of a cut over the left eye of Wood there.
And the referee has waved this one over. The referee has waved it over. I'm not sure if the corner just called him over and told him, Kieran McCann, that they didn't want any more. That could have been the interaction. I think that probably would have been the interaction, because otherwise I think he would have been perfectly happy to let him come out for the 6th. But he's seen enough, the trainer there. I think he knows that his man's been really brave here. He can see the marking up. He can see that he's tired. He can see that cut, that little bit of damage, and he's decided that there's nothing to be gained here by just hearing the final bell, and
that's it.
I'll make that a sensible decision, because I think sometimes a bit too much emphasis is placed on going the distance.
I think so. You know, it's about the fighter's longevity, especially in the away corner. His face is marking up. He's now cut, and there wasn't a massive amount coming back there now for Davey. You know, that pace was set so high from the start. He kept it up throughout, and his shots were starting to really get through now. And like we're saying, it felt like that stoppage was coming.
I think it's the cut that's really made up the trainer's mind, isn't it? Because now that he's cut, he's not going to be able to box for a few weeks anyway.
Exactly.
So the fact that he's suspended due to the stoppage just isn't going to matter.
That's it.
But that's a good performance from Davey.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 completed rounds, CJ Wood's corner has retired him. The winner in the blue corner from Ipswich, Frankie the Ace Davey. A round of applause for the gallant CJ Wood.
A round of applause for CJ Wood. He was very brave. He was always looking to come forward. He was fighting with his face a bit at times, but he did get some of his own punches off, and he asked questions of Davey there. He was forced really to box at a high tempo for 5 rounds.
That's it. When he got Davey on those ropes, you know, that was really where the only place where Davey sort of struggled a little bit. You know, he was still firing back. He was never under any major cause for concern, but that's where Wood was his most successful.
Okay, so he's just wending his way down to ringside after a few more photographs. This will take him to 7 wins and 1 draw. They'll be looking to step him up, I think, towards area title level maybe, but before too long. The weight division he's in has always been a competitive one, but you can see that there's ability there. He's got the support. You can hear that in the background. He's decent to watch. He's surrounded by a stable of very talented fighters. So There's a lot going for him. Okay, he's down at ringside. Let's hear from him now. He's with Umar.
Well, Frankie Davey, great performance there. Got your man out in the end. Agree with ref waving that one off, Frankie?
He was a tough man. But with the people I'm training with now, the gym I'm at, those type of guys shouldn't be lasting long with me. So I needed to get him out of there. I didn't say it beforehand. Barry told me not to look for it, and I wasn't. I stayed behind the lead hand. And as you can tell, it took me 5 rounds to just bust him up and dismantle him. I think I've done something to my right hand as well, because his head was solid. The amount of uppercuts I was landing, and my hand was like, ah.
You broke it?
I don't know. Hopefully not. Anyway, that aside, no excuses. Yeah, I'm grateful that I got him out of there. I needed to do that, and I think it's a statement as well. He doesn't get stopped easy. So a big thank you, as always. I can't stress it enough to my team, Barry Smith, everyone at the gym, Ben Davis and Lee Wiley, and all the fighters that I spar and that I'm around. Without them, I wouldn't be where I am today. I've grown massively as a fighter, and it is all down to them. And obviously the main man over there, Big Kev, my dad, who sorts absolutely everything out. So yeah, I want to say a big thank you to all of those people.
Frankie, I just want to touch upon that. I mean, you're training, in my opinion, the best gym in Britain, arguably the world. The some of the talent, Anthony Joshua, Moses Italma, I could go on and on and on. Being around them boys must give you so much of a buzz and confidence. Yeah,
I was actually saying it earlier, that I drive an hour and a half every single day to the gym, an hour and a half there, an hour and a half back. Sometimes when I get there, I don't feel like training. But when you walk in and AJ stood there, Lee Wood has stood there, everyone stood there, you can't help but not get motivated to train and strive to be the best you can. So that's all I'm doing. I realised I took a bit of a leap, turning pro early, starting on the small hall shows. I'm grateful to Box Nation, Warren Management and everyone that's given me this platform to hopefully propel me onto the bigger shows and bigger titles.
Just lastly as well, I mean, brilliant performance tonight on Box Nation. I know I saw that T-shirt of you training as well, and you were wearing Box Nation. That was years ago. I feel like people like you who come from the celebrity world have a bit of a stigma, but talking to Ben and Barry, they feel like I can really push on in this sport.
Yeah, I do believe that I can, and I'm grateful to hear that. The celebrity stuff, that's in the past. I was on a certain TV show for 3 days. I don't associate myself with that anymore. Boxing is where it's at. Yes, I do social media, but I think that's the way now. Content, people want to see that. It's the future. So I'm doing that alongside training hard. Every time I'm filming, I say to Barry, I might have the camera out, but I've done my work first. So yeah, that's just how it is.
Maybe a Southern Area title next year?
Well, this fight was potentially for the Commonwealth youth title against a certain someone. I want that next, provided this is all right. Even if it's not, I'll have it anyway. We'll have that next. We were meant to potentially fight today. It was going to be short notice, so I understand. But we'll get that on next. I want a title of some sorts, whatever it may be.
Frankie, congratulations, man. Well done.